Hi guys, I'm doing a little quick message today because I have been doing readings all week, and some of the readings were booked like months ago, right? But they're all sort of getting the same message, even the one-on-ones that are interactive for right now. So let me start off with, how I like to tell about movies or my own stories or whatever the fuck. It's just a thing that goes along with the lesson to help you better understand it. Because this stuff can be overwhelming, like metaphysics and fucking wow. So there's this show called Westworld. It is fucking amazing, even if you only watch the first season. So, quick breakdown. Westworld is about this place where rich beings can pay to interact amongst these beings and do whatever they want to them because they are technically robots. They are unconscious. They feel biologically real. They are human bodies, but they are white. So what happens is these visitors from outside come to the planet, murder, rape, pillage, whatever these people, leave again. And then the people that are in the West world get reset. There's a whole corporation named after the Greek gods, by the way, dedicated to making sure that these robots or unconscious humans stay unconscious so that the buyers that come in that are aware that these are robots and are just enjoying the excursion can continue to enjoy them and pay, right? So, what goes wrong with this is there are two females. One female finds her way back to consciousness, and consciousness is just you discovering who you are in the grander scheme of things. Like, hold on, like Alice in Wonderland, right? The first one is Dolores. She discovers who she is by continuously asking questions when people didn't want her to ask questions. Because all the other bots on the island, if you try to ask questions outside of what their programming is, they freeze up and they start like kind of attacking you for thinking for yourself. But Dolores is being led during her dream state through her maker or by her maker, sorry, right? So she gets led back to self and she remembers like everything. All her memory comes back. She understands they're robots and she goes ape shit, whole thing, right? The other character's name is Maeve. Maeve is the downtrodden character. I say that because she is the bordello owner, the prostitution wrangler. This is two separate sides. We do Dolores as Sophia and Maeve as the H I call her. So what happens with Maeve is she experiences a trauma that is so upsetting that it fragments her consciousness. They cannot put her back under the programming they had her under because her mind split, right? So every time they try to put her back to sleep, she just opens her eyes and looks at them and starts asking more questions. She starts to remember things. And because of this, she starts to finesse the system because that version, unlike Sophia, who sort of is just being led through things, this one is a warrior over here, right? That fragmentation has made her remember all the horrible things that have ever happened to her, and she's trying to find a way out. So during this time that this is happening, they're coming across their friends, their robo friends, their friends that have been wiped, and they're waking them up one by one. Blah, 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 blah. At the end of the season, not to be a complete spoiler, is this going to be a complete spoiler? It won't ruin it. Still watch the freaking show. So, the girls get to the point where they have everybody riled up, they're running out, and then the big company comes in and shoots down several of them and takes them back. So the girls get to break out, the girls get to be free. They cross the line into the real world outside of the West world, but they end up coming back into the West world to save some of their friends. When they come back in the West world, it is not as easy as what was thought. They're trying to jog the memory of these people, and they're like, so there comes a point when they realize they cannot waste time trying to jog the memory of those who are under programming because it's taken away from the time for them to do stuff to help the people who can remember or to change the system for those people stuck in it, even though they don't know they're being abused, right? They have the opportunity to go to the back office, fuck up the military, all that sort of stuff, and they couldn't waste it on trying to make sure her husband remembered who she was, or yeah, that sort of thing. So that was the message today. I have been getting readings from people who have been holding on to relationships, friendships, jobs that they know they have no business being at. They are miserable. They are overextending themselves, all because they feel like there is some sort of duty that they owe of themselves to this particular place. And I know it's harder with people, but with the person either. Everybody's not going to wake up during this, which is unfortunate. What has been done here is very, very heavy. And maybe in another video, when I have time, I'll take you through the extension glossary so I can explain that we have all been fucked with on a soul level. What happened to all of us happened in our spirits, in our souls before we got put into these bodies. So every time you enter one of these bodies, when your chakras uh, open and accept the consciousness of the being, you plug in into your human radio, to your human sleeve, right? But all of the things that you have experienced from your past lives are in this body because of that plug in. And because of that, some of the guys, in particular, divine masculines, who were spiritually decapitated, like they did a surgery that broke their heart off from their head, so they're very cerebral, but they can't understand emotions. With something like that, you could spend your entire life trying to teach a dude how to love, not knowing that his head has been split from his heart and his soul body, and he's trying to recover in his human. These vehicles are meant for recovery, for surgery, for going through the things that you have already been through to heal them, to get that energy out of your chakras, which are going to be the conduit in anybody you get into. You can go up there and be like Arcturian or some shit again. You're still going to have to deal with the ripples from what happened to you on Earth in that place because the chakras carry the soul DNA, right? So do not beat yourself up if there's somebody who doesn't understand, who doesn't get it, somebody that you know is the person for you, and they're not personing, they're running, don't chase. Do not chase them. The best thing you can do is stand in your power, work on yourself, because when you start to shine, everybody comes towards that. That's the gag. Eventually, when you start doing something different than all the other people in Westworld, is the fact that they knew that shit Westworld was mad clever. Then they didn't reveal till the second season that there were actually 5 different versions of Westworld, all with different names, which I another video for Westworld. So don't give up on your journey. Don't beat yourself up, and do not jump over the edge trying to prove that you're not crazy or you're smart or what you know to somebody else, because baby, this is so much bigger than just what you're doing alone. The best thing you can do is fix thyself, and those that are meant to migrate towards you will come towards you when they see this one knows something. Okay, I'm having the same issue. I sympathize. I have women all the time like, but I know this is my twin. Yes, yes. But if you can't wake them up, if you send them all the flares and their eyes are still blank, baby, you're gonna have to pray for them. And that's the one thing nobody can stop you from doing. You could pray for somebody, you can light a candle for somebody all the time. Please, God, help this person find their way home. Because you have no idea if it wasn't meant for them to find their way this home in this life. Your twin is your twin. Sometimes y'all are in the game together. Sometimes one is out the game and one is in the game with you. And they're just different variations because y'all both accrue different stuff together. The main thing about twin flames is that you agreed at the very end when y'all are done, y'all will exit the same way you come in. Everything in between that is, so you don't know if this life is your end or their end or whatever the case may be. Rock with it and always do what your intuition is telling you, not your drama. Y'all have a good day.